My name is Candice Padayachee. I'm a Forensic Director at KPMG. I'm the Forensic Practice Lead in KwaZulu Natal, and what I do on a daily basis is I oversee the forensic team in KZN, particularly focusing on fraud and misconduct investigations and providing fraud risk management solutions holistically to clients both in the private and public sector. As the leader of the forensic practice, I lead a multi-disciplinary team at KPMG comprising of accountants, of legal practitioners, of technology experts, some with psychology degrees, corporate intelligence backgrounds. Together we put our skills together in solving the forensic issue for a particular client, which also makes it extremely interesting because no scenario is the same on any given day. I've got to where I am today by a combination of some things in my control and some things outside of that. It has been, most importantly, as cliche as it may sound, hard work and a lot of sacrifices. In addition, it has been with the incredible support of the people around me. First and foremost, my husband and my 2 children, my parents, my wider family and friends who have always been my biggest supporters in my career progression. As my career has progressed, I've also been surrounded with phenomenal colleagues and mentors, both within KPMG and outside, who have encouraged me to pursue my dreams and given me the feedback needed to develop my strengths and focus on the things that were important to me. I'm inspired by many people as really my life and my career has progressed. First and foremost, my inspiration came from my grandmother, who had made many sacrifices in her life to assist people around her to succeed. As my career has progressed, I've been inspired by the professional female colleagues around me. And in particular, when I joined KPMG, I joined under the directorship of the former forensic director. She had demonstrated at a time that there was place for a strong female leader in a business that is quite challenging, being that of forensic. She was dedicated to the growth and development of young leaders around her, and that inspired me really to want to be and push myself further in the leadership journey. And with her support, I started to really focus on that with her, and inspired me to believe that it was okay to do it in a very challenging environment. I think women do need to have a different approach to men than to be successful, by the very virtue that women are different to men. Particularly, I think in my approach to what I've seen as being a woman trying to be successful in a career is really just to take the approach of working hard, focus on your contribution that you bring to the table, making sure that you raise your voice when you want to be heard, and realizing it is with the balance of being a woman, a mother and a wife, comes with different challenges. I'm extremely happy with what I've accomplished. In fact, there's some days that I still sit back in a bit of disbelief. But having said that, I think that there is still a lot more that I want to achieve, especially at my age. I want to grow in my leadership abilities. Luckily, within the firm that I work for, there's many platforms to do that, to become a more seasoned partner in the forensic business, but also in the grades advisory KPMG business. Personally, I want to create achievements just in learning, challenging myself to do things differently, and really just focusing on personal growth as well in terms of my professional abilities. Achieving a work-life balance is interesting because it is a buzzword, particularly in a very busy life. To me, to achieve that has been to put a really focused and conscientious effort on structure. But to achieve it, I think the first thing I do, together with the support of my husband, is make sure that we set boundaries for family time. So I have 2 young kids. I have a son that's 5 years old and a daughter that's 9, who require my attention, particularly after work with a strong homework schedule. So there are hours in the day that I ensure that we set aside and we really be present at that time. But having said that, I'm also proud of the fact that my children are to know that they have a working mother, and that I hope that that inspires them, or particularly my daughter, for her to believe that she can aspire to be anything she wants to be passionate about. So it's a tricky balance between finding time, but it does come with conscious effort and structure. The advice that I would give to my younger self, I think the first thing I would say to my younger self is you are going to be so proud of your older self. And on a more serious note, I think the second most important thing I'd say is to believe in your own ability more and try and tune out the self-doubt that will walk with you as your career progresses. I will also say to her that you have everything you need within you, and the time that you start to recognize that are going to be the times that you will see the successes that are going to follow. And finally, I think my younger self knows this, but I will remind my younger self that God is with you and that it's going to take you to journeys that you would not even imagine.